Hey everyone, in front of the camera here I have the GiantMouse Ace Biblio. This is the first knife by GiantMouse in their Ace series, which is going to be a series that's at a lower cost and also higher production number. So unlike most of the GiantMouse knives that I believe are around 300 pieces each, these are going to be part of an unlimited line, so be much easier to obtain. And most of the other GiantMouse designs were, I think, close to like $300 or higher 200s. This comes in at $175, either for this green canvas micarta version or for the black G10 model. So basically what we have here is a Italian made knife. I believe these are from Viper Knives in Montealgo, Italy. We have a blade of Bowler M390 steel. So again, you can either get this green canvas micarta handle or black G10. You have a wire style pocket clip, which is reversible tip up, left or right hand carry, ball bearings, and stainless steel liner lock. So let's take a closer look at this knife here. So this green canvas micarta turned out really well. I do like that they're offering this green canvas micarta, so you're getting that kind of more traditional handle material on a modern knife. But you can also get black G10 if you don't want the micarta, but this micarta is really well done. So this is pretty neat because we have either flipper deployment, which works really well, or you have this thumb hole, which also deploys really well. So the D10 is dialed in pretty well for that, and you can also slow open with that thumb hole. So really nice design. I have been able to get this to misfire, but you actually have to make more of an attempt to misfire it. But if you're doing, adequate enough pressure in the light push button method or light switch method, works really well. Take a look. Blade is centered really well. Standoffs, and you have the lanyard hole here, which you have a little bit bigger lanyard, a little bit bigger standoff kind of. It's not actually a standoff, but as you can see when you take a look, that's where the lanyard hole is. Torx construction, T8 for the pivot and for the pocket clip. This screw that attaches for the wire pocket clip is actually quite large for a wire clip attachment, but it actually works really well because this clip does not want to budge at all. Sometimes, those wire clips, they tend to wiggle around. This one is done really well, and I think the thickness of the metal is a little bit thicker than some of the Spyderco style wire clips. The flipper tab is nice and low profile, so a little bit of jimping on there. Now the other jimping is actually up here on the spine of the blade, and it's towards the middle, which works actually well in a normal grip because you can kind of extend your thumb out there, and also when you have this choil here, choke up, it actually works really well. So this is a really nice ergonomic knife. Really do like that. The wire style pocket clip does not allow for extremely deep carry, so you're going to have about that much of the knife exposed, which is not too bad, but it still carries really well. I don't mind it. Sometimes I like really deep carry clips, but this actually works really well and sits really well in the pocket. So there you go. Let's see, weight on this. I forgot my scale on this, but GiantMouse measures at 3.7 ounces, so not bad for an EDC size blade. The blade comes in about 2.8 inches, so should be legal most places. Locks up really well, haven't had any issues with that. disengages well, no lock stick. Even though I'm left-handed, still get this to work very well right-handed. So nice there. Do a slow opening method there. So on the locking side here, we have the GiantMouse logo with Ace for the Ace line. Nice stone wash finish on the blade. Nothing on the show side, which is interesting. So nice sterile blade there. If you don't like a lot of billboarding, this is definitely a good one. I'm going to see if I can get the light to shine in here. So let's see. I don't know if it's going to show up well on camera, but actually inside on, yeah, it's not going to show up real well, but inside here on the frame, on the show side, is actually where the markings are, and you have another GiantMouse logo, Anzo and Voxnez logo as well. M390 for the steel in Italy, since this comes out of Maniago, Italy. So $175, you're getting Italian-made liner lock with M390 steel, on-ball bearings, good flipping action. You have also that deployment hole, so you have multiple options, and the detent is definitely dialed in well for that. And it's again, I haven't had any GiantMouse knives in hand before, but I believe that this is also supposed to be a thinner stock. So to give you an idea of a size comparison, because compared to the other GiantMouse knives that I've seen in videos and on Instagram, this is smaller. So here's the Ace Biblio. Let's get out some standard size comparisons. So Benchmade Mini Griptilian is very close to the same size. So there you go. So nice small EDC size knife. Thickness and handle, it's actually kind of similar, because these are both not the thinnest handle knives, but they're not too bad. But because it's a little bit wider handle, it actually has really good ergonomics. Another size comparison here. Take a look at the Mastraw Ferrum Forge Gent. Again, this is going to be very similar in overall length. Gent has a little bit more cutting surface, but again, nice EDC size. So I think GiantMouse did a great job with this. You know, coming in at a I think reasonable price point for what you're getting. Again, why I said it's, I think, Viper knives is well, here's another Voxnez design, Viper Odino. But to give you an idea, that hardware on the pivot and also those body screws there, those T6 body screws, look very, very similar in style. So I think this is definitely made by Viper Knives. I'm not sure if GiantMouse has confirmed that or not. But again, this is going to be, I hope at least it'll be a great seller, because this is really well done. I like that it is lefty friendly, of course, but this pocket clip, really well done. It's not, you know, too loose but not too tight in the pants, so this works really well. And that green canvas micarta, I think, is going to show wear very nicely, and it's nicely done. There you go. So these are still available. So GiantMouse.com is the place to get these. So this is the Ace Biblio by GiantMouse Knives. Becoming one of my favorite knives in my EDC rotation. So that's all for this one. Again, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments section down below. And as always, thanks for watching.